Hey everyone, welcome to day three of me reading classic advertisements until I perfect my American and UK accents. And in today's reading, we'll be looking at um, a sales letter that Gary Halbert wrote. Gary Halbert is like the godfather of copywriting. Um, It's titled How to Collect from Social Security at Any Age. The claim is that it netted Gary Halbert about $750,000 in its lifetime without any edit, and it's just running in newspapers and trade papers and magazine. And at that time, having that amount of money is crazy. It's like if you look at the depreciating and appreciating value of the dollar CD, the dollar currency, it's crazy because it's like if you convert that to like recent um recent currencies, like millions upon millions. So that's pretty wild. So and the offer was just a $3 offer. So we'll be reading how to collect from social security at any age, right? So it's an advertisement, as you can see, says how to collect from social security at any age. So now let me turn on my timer. How to collect from Social Security at any age. Would you like to know how much money you have invested in Social Security right to the penny? Then would you like to know how to get the most from the investment, including all the brand new Social Security benefits? Now you can do both by using the short essay coupon at the bottom of this page. Here's the way it works. The left half of the coupon will be sent to the proper government office. They will run a check on your account and then send you a report in confidential sealed envelope. This report will tell you how much of your earnings have been recorded in your social security account year by year. There is no charge for this service, not even postage. The right half of the coupon will be used as a shipping label to send you a copy of a new book entitled How to Collect from Social Security at Any Age. If you think that you have to wait until retirement age to start collecting your Social Security benefits, this book will really open your eyes. Here are some of the little known facts about Social Security you will find out about in this book. How to increase the amount of your payment if you are already on Social Security. How to collect your share of the brand new Social Security benefits just passed by Congress. How to qualify for Social Security disability pensions at any age. How to increase your Social Security benefits. How to report your farm income for Social Security. How to make your whole family eligible for Social Security benefits, even your youngest children. How to replace a lost Social Security card. How to replace a lost social security check, how to get a refund if you have overpaid for social security taxes. Studies show that 2 out of 3 people overpay. How to figure out what your social security retirement payment should be. Should you tattoo your social security number on your body? What papers do you need in order to file a social security claim? How 10 million people who are only 30 years old on average collect social security. Should you get a divorce in order to get more social security? A lot of people already have. Should you have 2 social security cards? How to get a huge lump sum social security payoff? How to make sure your employer is not cheating you on social security? How you may be cheating yourself out of your social security benefits? When are the 5 times when are the 5 times you should get in touch with your social security office? how to work and still get social security benefits, how to cash in on social security even if you've never paid a penny into it, how to cash in on your social security even if you've never paid a penny into it, how to get hospital and medical insurance for the aged, how students between the ages of 18 and 22 can get social security benefits, how to get social security benefits that are only from v- veterans. Although this book can mean m- hundreds and perhaps thousands of dollars to you, it is priced at only $3. Remember, it is not enough to qualify for social security benefits. To get your benefits, you must know how to apply for them. The book tells you how to qualify, who to contact, including all necessary addresses and what to say. This is 100% no risk offer. This is 100% no risk offer. If you do not like the book, return it and your $3 will be immediately refunded. You will still get the confidential reports on your social security account. If you do not take advantage of your new social security benefits, you are only cheating yourself. After all, you have already paid for them. It is easy to get started. It is easy to get it is easy to start getting your new social security benefits. Just fill out both parts of the coupon below. Mail the coupon and the $3 check in cash, check or money order to the Good News Publishing Company. That's 1818 Whipple Avenue, NW, Canton, Ohio, 4478. That's the address. The book will be sent to you immediately by written mail. Your confidential social security, your confidential social security reports will be mailed to you separately as soon as the government has finished checking on your account. Checks and money orders should be made payable to the Good News Publishing Company. And then we have the coupon below. On the right, it says that please send me Dutch copies of your reports so they can enter in the amount of books that they the reports the amount of reports that they want, and then they attach the additional funds to it. How to collect from Social Security at any age. So that's the name of um the report, and then the address again, and the shipping label. Then on your left side is for the government. That's request for statement of earnings. So to break this down, for the social security, he's just giving them access to the report. The report is what is actually selling here. And if you look at um info products online, you see that most of info products, they'll say free plus shipping. They write a book and they'll say you pay for shipping, right? So you get you pay for shipping. So what they're doing, even though you're paying for shipping, there's still going to be profit for the person selling, because they are going to have upsells and then downsells, right? So you enter in your email, you enter in your address, and you enter in your physical location as well, because now it's very easy for them to retarget you, especially if they are running ads, Facebook ads or YouTube ads. You are interested in the book, so with this one, since previously with this they were, as you can see, they were running this in newspaper, magazines, and others physical um outlets, right? So it's the same thing that has been transferred over using like the free plus shipping. But with this one, it's a low ticket offer. So if you look at low tickets, mostly about 2021 back, to now there was like AC office, automatic lines office, right? And people will sell these tiny books and books that they write. They can send you the physical copy, and then they can also like give you the digital copy. It's a low ticket offer, sometimes priced at um $27, $3, and sometimes 97. So the goal is to acquire customers upfront, right? So you acquire as much customers on the front end, and once they come into the marketing pipeline, it's going to be very easy for you to sell them more products, because now you are no longer going to pay these platforms like Facebook, YouTube, or Google for their contacts again. You've already paid for that already. And then the rest of that amount is pure profit. And that's like genius. Plus, now we have webinars, VSLs, all of this have the same have the same like process, right? They have the same formula. The goal is to get people in an isolated space where you are sharing yeah, overcoming beliefs, yeah, telling them what is possible, yeah, giving them hope of what they can do if they get your product. So if you look at a project that I was a part of earlier this year, that was a teeth whitening and veneers, right? So the mechanism here, instead of going to the dentist and then getting your veneers, getting your teeth fixed or getting implants, they give you this artificial teeth, which is the veneers, to just plug in 5 minutes and then you're done. But before you get your veneers, one of the things that you do is you send them an order of like they give you this kit where they're able to get the measurement of your teeth. It's not low ticket, it's priced up above 500 US dollars. So it's mid tickets there, but because of how easy and simple it is for to use, people are really buying it, right? And it's very easy. So once you have like a product market fit, so here social security, I believe the reason why it worked so well was people were interested in learning about social security. So if you look at the bullets here, like how to increase the amount of your payment if you already are on social security, or like how to replace your loss. These are actual problems that people have when they get access to their social security card, and they've lost it and then they want it replaced. So Gary Halbert did his research on what the problem was in the market and how he would leverage that in the report. So the report here, so lead magnets. So the lead magnet. So instead of giving it out for free, again, he cannot give it out for free using news, but he's actually paying for the advertisement, right? So it's going to be very hard to just make it out for free. The net positive is going to be a, a loss for him if he should make this like, okay, I'm going to give you the report for free. How would he make money with that? So to get someone to actually commit an amount to what you are doing, it's going to be very easy if you want to sell them later on, right? And if you've ever if you've ever given free stuff for a very long time, let's say sometimes you give free advice, you give free lead magnet, you give free stuff for a very long time. Sometimes when it comes to the time for you to sell and don't know what you're doing, it's going to be very hard. But if you know what you're doing, especially when you're giving out free stuff, it's going to be very easy. I know this guy who runs a Facebook group. He decided to work on the Facebook group for a very long time. It took 2 years building value, posting content. People used the advice that they got and then made thousands and millions of dollars. And then they'll send him a message that, hey, because of your post, I made this amount. And then he'll post it, and without even collecting any money from them, right? So people began to trust this guy for a very long time. And when it was time for him to launch, so he didn't launch any offer until people started commenting under the post that, hey, if you should make a course, if you should make a coaching program, we would send you money right away. People were begging to pay this guy, right? So when you get to that point where you are sharing a lot of content and people begin to ask you, hey, how can we get in touch with you to pay you to help us? That is the time you know that you are doing something right. So give, 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 give until you get to a certain point where people are even people feel bad for getting the advice you're giving for free because they are using it to actually make money in their business. When you get to that point and you release or you launch any project or program, it's going to be very easy to then um get to sell out, right? So this can be physical events. My background is in tech, so about 2 years ago, one of the things that we did was we sold out like a huge event ground here in my country. We did that because the founder of this tech conference was giving a lot in the community, provided free webinars, like providing value, bringing experts onto the stage, onto live streams, and then providing value to the market. So when it was time for us to get to the event, we sold out, and people were actually reaching out again to book their tickets. At that time, tickets were already sold before it got into our target, so we had to send them away until like next time, right? So that's the value of knowing your customers and then getting to understand their problem. Once there's a fit, it's going to be very easy. So I'm getting up to point to time here. So see you tomorrow with another classic ad.